Hello everyone, I'm Mark Sybouts, Product Development Rep for Advanced Turf Solutions, and I hate weeds. Two weeds we're going to talk about today are white clover and black medic. I'm standing in a patch of white clover right here, right now, and let's talk about the biology of white clover. It's a perennial weed, but it also will spread by seeds and stolons. So you can see stolons running in a year about 8 inches or so, and it'll peg itself down and spread its patch out. Seeds can germinate anytime from spring to fall. And so you've really got a lot of pressure here with all these seed heads producing seed. I picked a leaf of a white clover so you can take a look at what it looks like. They usually have leaflets, 3, sometimes 4. You get a shamrock, but that's not very common. And if you'll notice that the petioles, the little stems on the leaf, are equidistant. They're all equal sized. The other thing you'll notice is that you can get this little white, they call it a watermark kind of thing, this white band right here. That's very typical of white clover leaf. So you can see the flower head of white clover is basically white, but if I turn it over a little bit, you can see it has a little bit of pinkishness to the bottom of the base of the flower. So that's very typical of white clover. So now let's take a look at black medic. Black medic is in the legume family just like white clover, but it does look a little differently. It's not a perennial, it's actually an annual that comes from seed, and it will not root on its long stems that it puts out, but it has a huge taproot. And it can also germinate from spring to fall, so it can be a problem throughout the whole season. Let's go ahead and take a close-up look at black medic and how to identify it. Black medic has a 3-leaflet leaf, so there's 3 leaflets on a leaf. But what's interesting about it is that the middle leaf has a longer petiole than the 2 side leaves, and that is distinctive for black medic. And certainly they're smaller than white clover too, and that's another distinctive difference. You can also see here the yellow bloom, very tight cluster of bloom right there, and that's, you just can't mistake it. Very hairy as well. If you had a hand lens, you could see on top of the leaves and all up and down the stem, it's got little fine hairs all over it. Let's be honest, most people spray Postemergent herbicides to control these 2 weeds. Your typical 3-way herbicides though, with your 2,4-D, your dicamba, your MCPP, they're not really that effective on clovers in general. They do okay, they knock it back a little bit, but really if you want good control of the clover family, there's a few things we should look at. Our blends, 3-ways, 4-ways that have either phloxapyr in them, triclopyr in them, or chlorpyrrolid. Now the only thing about chlorpyrrolid is you can't use it on residential lawns, so be aware of that. Another active ingredient that's very, very good on clovers is quinclorac. I found that out when I was doing research on quinclorac back in the 90s with BASF. I discovered that it would control clover, and it's very, very good at it. And it also controls crabgrass. I mean, we think of quinclorac as being a crabgrass killer, but it does have some broadleaf activity. So those are your main really good options for controlling clover. If you have any questions or you want some more information, why don't you give us a buzz here at Advanced Turf Solutions, contact your local ATS rep, or feel free to get a hold of me. Thanks for your time.